Hari Om Tat Sat. Humble salutations and a warm Zansi welcome to Sadhana, the Inward Path. Today on South Africa's premium Hindu magazine program, we feature the National Hindu Conference, which took place in Durban recently. We also visit the East London Hindu Temple and meet the famous Ramasamy Cook family in Uitenhage. Freddie Tika rounds up this week's Sadhana with a musical tribute to the Divine Mother. The National Hindu Conference, hosted by the Shree Veeraboga Temple and Shree Luxminarayan Temple in association with the South African Hindu Maha Sabha, was recently held at UKZN's Westville Hindu Centre. The aim of the conference was to explore and reflect on the role and relevance of Hinduism in the last 155 years in South Africa. It covered a range of topics including Hinduism, nation building and social cohesion, Hinduism and social justice, and Hindu scriptures, a guide for daily living. Sadhana was there to take in the conference discussions and deliberations.
The tapestry of South African society is rich in culture, and the contribution of the Indian community is part of that tapestry.
History shows that our forefathers played a very pivotal role in uniting Indo-African unity in this country, played a massive role in the passive resistance, even in the Congress movement. So we've contributed immensely towards even the development of the Freedom Charter. So our community, our forefathers have been integral in building the South Africa, and it is incumbent upon us as the future generation to take that message and to work with our fellow countrymen for that common cause of uplifting the lives of all South Africans.
Very interestingly, Swami Vivekananda at the World Parliament of Religions started off by saying sisters and brothers of America, and to that he had this rousing applause that went on for quite a while. And that's essentially what it is. Swami Sumanasananda spoke in his, as he declared the conference open, he said, we all, will go to the same river, we all are family. And when you start thinking of each other as family, then you start looking out for each other.
I'm extremely happy to declare open the National Hindu Conference 2016. Which has been organized and is being organized in connection with the Veeraboga Lakshminarayan Centenary Conference hosted by Shree Veeraboga Temple and Shree Luxminarayan Temple in association with the South African Hindu Mahasabha and Sri Sanatana Dharma Sabha of South Africa.
The conference is again going to give direction to the future. Every time a conference of this nature takes place, it is really nothing more than an analysis of what has happened, an analysis of the present, and more importantly, a resolution of how you're going to inculcate and implement the resolutions of the present in the future.
The South African Hindu Mahasabha, in conjunction with the Veeraboga and Luxminarayan Temple, decided that they're going to dedicate a session to young people, including the Q&A session that's going to happen on both the days to youth. The reason for this is to get them involved, but also to help them and involve them in the resolutions of the conference, to involve them in setting the resolutions, but also involve them in implementing the resolutions after the conference. And I think that's important.
If you look at the way Hindu Dharma was practiced in the past, it was merely about temples, it was merely about ritualistic worship. But you find that now we are moving to an age where we're talking about a spiritual evolution, where we find that we're talking about values. What our Dharma stands for, what it does, how can it be translated into our day-to-day life.
I want to acknowledge the websites of the different organizations, because the information that I'm going to share is taken from the websites and sometimes it's verbatim from the websites.
The language that we're looking for is a language of love, a language of tolerance and respect, and the language of universality. So, as much as it is very important, we cannot cast it aside, we cannot disrespect it and throw it away, because through vernacular, most of these gems, these values, etc., are encoded in our vernacular. So if we don't understand our vernacular, we will not be able to actually extract these truths. So we need to respect it, we need to understand it and use it.
Whilst we welcome the ruling by the SABC, we feel that it is a ruling that requires practical application and implementation. Indians in particular should be given the opportunity of gradually diluting from 100% to 90% and eventually getting to 10%. And that will then enable us to not only promote our culture even more richly and more vigorously in South African society, but it will also give our children an opportunity to reflect on their culture.
We need to do more than the normal or more than is required to keep and retain and maintain this identity of ours. We are Indians living in South Africa, we are South African Indians, and therefore we need to stick together to ensure that that minority identity is entrenched, is kept, and is taken forward.
We are all one big family, and at the end of the day, our cultural roots is what really manifests itself in the way we behave, and the way we conduct ourselves, and the way we practice our religion. The magical words are Vasudevam Kutumbakam. The world is one big family. That in itself encapsulates the philosophy of Hinduism.
We pray and hope that this message that we're trying to take from this conference, which is we are one family, we're all brothers and sisters. We all come from the same father and same mother. And we need to live as brothers and sisters and help each other on this journey in life. And it's the only way we can progress and prosper.